have not touched the cane since I came back, since I came here. From where I placed that cane, that walking cane, that is where it still is. And I jog. I walk every morning for half an hour. Yes, this center and this Dr. Sebi, whether you like him or not. Yes, I know many of you back in the States say he's very arrogant. I say, yes, Dr. Sebi, you have a right to be arrogant. You have earned that right. If they, the medical profession, could accomplish what I have seen here that you have accomplished, they will be more than arrogant. And for you to share your love, your knowledge, your expertise with your people, and they ignore you. They speak negative of you because they don't understand from the history of the place of your origin, from where you were born. Here in Honduras, people are arrogant.
All of us.
It is not mean that they're bad. It simply means that they have been freed so long that they don't have to go around what we call in the United States pussyfooting. Well, you know, the white men wouldn't let us do this or that. No, they say if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. So coming from that kind of background and coming into an American setting where we always have to be conscious of the Caucasian and his or her power, make him seem abrasive to us. But let's say he is, and so what? So what? Does that remove the fact that he saves lives? This is the second time you have saved mine. And I have been an eyewitness here where a young lady came from the Virgin Islands here who originally was born in Brooklyn. And when I came here, this young lady was so thin that I say she was as thin as where one could look through her, literally. And her mouth kept dribbling. She could hardly breathe. And she said to me, Professor Simmons, as bad as I look, when I came here 5 weeks ago, I could hardly speak or even walk. Yes, this young lady had full-blown, devastated AIDS, plus tuberculosis. Dr. Sebi won't tell you, but I will, because she told me. And one of the amazing things is one day I went into Dr. Sebi's room, and there she was dressed up, looking so fine, so unbelievable, that I almost wanted to ask her for a date. Dr. Sebi was shocked. We all were shocked. Could not believe our eyes. The morning before she left to go back to the islands, after being here about 6 weeks, I got up to take my usual walk about 6:30 that morning. And as I opened the door, there she was, almost right in front of my door. So I said, oh, I see you're taking an early stroll. She said, no. She said, I've been up since 4 o'clock walking. Could you imagine, do you know, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I seen her at 6:30? That is 2.5 hours for someone who could not even walk or hardly talk or breathe when they got here. When she returned home to the Virgin Islands, I am told that her family called here to thank Dr. Sebi because they could not believe the difference in her condition from when she left, because when she left from the hospital there. where it was a no-no. They had finished and nothing they could do. And to look at her return, it's unbelievable. Since I've been here, I have seen people from all over Central America. From Mexico, I saw a school teacher. I saw a millionaire from Puerto Rico, all coming here with HIV to be treated. And yet still back in the United States, we're going to permit the medical profession to still tell us that there's no solution, no cure for AIDS, when Dr. Sebi and Usha has been doing it here routinely, like it's a regular disease. Do you know that it is said by the people who come here for treatment that the best kept secret in the world is the knowledge of this place? But I, Professor Simmons, have dedicated myself and made a commitment for an endless struggle, an endless part of my life, to assist Dr. Sebi and Usha, wherever they might be, to help save our people's lives. There is no need any longer for us to feel that everything is lost, because one might have AIDS, HIV, leukemia. Look, they cure leukemia here. And let me tell you another shocking thing. I have not yet experienced it, but it's on the record. Blindness. You heard me? Blindness have been cured here. I know this as a fact. Nobody had to tell me this. I went to the hospital here in La Ceiba, Honduras, as Dr. Sebi them generally do whenever a new patient comes. They make sure you go to the hospital and get tested. So this is no hokey pokey anything. And yes, one day while I and some of the patients from here went to get our examinations, blood work done and whatnot, the supervisor from the laboratory came out, noticed that the secretary were being flooded with too much paperwork. So she asked, could I help you? And she looked at the different people with the, for whatever letters they had from the institutions that they were sent. And once she saw the letterhead of Usha, she said voluntarily, without anyone soliciting information from her, you know, there was a lady that came here that was HIV positive, that was at that place. She came back a year later and she was HIV negative. All of us from Usha, patients who had went that day to get blood work done, even those that had HIV felt so relieved to know that it's a fact that not only did some of them who speak Spanish, who have seen Dr. Sebi on the Spanish television channels, speaking about him curing AIDS, now they felt relaxed and reassured that that curing actually take place. And so no one, I don't care Dr. Who, it could be Dr. Hooknose, Dr. Straightface, Dr. whatever, could tell me, yes, Professor Simmons, that this black man, this African man, does not have the solution to the HIV and AIDS question. There is absolutely no reason in the world to have to look further for a solution for the HIV and AIDS problem. None. But you know why they would not do it and recognize this man?